I was going to talk about poetry and pacifism because those are things that are on my mind lately. I went to a local poetry slam, link below, and it was great. And I'm thinking about Remembrance Day coming up. Remembrance Day's coming up. So that's, on my mind. But the United States had an election last night, and I was going to just kind of say, well, that happened in the end. But I go onto my Facebook this morning, and my news feed is um, this conglomeration of different reactions that surprised me, actually, because you forget how people think when you're so used to thinking in your own way and you're surrounded by people who think the same way as you, and a lot of good people on my Facebook that I don't necessarily talk to that much. So there's these Christian conservative people who are scared and disappointed and concerned that Obama won again, and then there's these socially leftist people who are relieved and concerned that Obama won again, and there's these moderate people who are thrilled, and that's just it, right? Thing is, Obama is not really as left as he looks when standing next to Mitt Romney, He's really moderate, actually. I think people are concerned about his sympathy for the gays, gotta watch out for them. Uh, and the thing is, he's not going to be thinking about that when he's in the White House. He wasn't thinking about it before. That's being handled as a state issue in the United States. He's going to be spending a lot of his time babysitting the battle between Wall Street and Elizabeth Warren, he doesn't, whether or not he really even cares about social issues like same-sex marriage and marijuana, it's not going to be taking up much of his time, and he'll say things like it gets better, that's a good campaign, and he'll have those speeches, but in terms of actually working in the White House, it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think he cares. You know what I mean? I, what do I know, right? I'm just this guy. Anyway, that's just one issue. I mean, obviously, there's lots of other social issues that my Christian conservative friends are concerned about, and there's lots of fiscal and social issues that my socially leftist friends are concerned about, which is why I'm going to stop right there and not continue on that stream, lest all of the internet just gets really mad at me really fast. Here's something that just keeps coming into my mind all the time. I read an editorial today, linked below, about why artists tend to be left, or tend to vote left, tend to be politically active on the left end of the spectrum. And the editorial didn't do a good job of giving an answer, but you can read it if you want to anyway. I think the answer is, as artists, it's our job to be empathetic and to see the world empathetically. Not sympathetically, not selfishly, although we are selfish, that's why we make art, it's because we want to. We need to understand the way other people see the world. Not just other people, but the way people opposite of ourselves see the world, I'm trying to be a playwright. You put two people in a room on stage, and one person thinks this, one person thinks that, and suddenly you have interesting drama, right? I have to write both points of view, and a painter needs to understand how you are going to see their painting. A musician takes risks because they're giving you an experience that they already feel, and they need to know that you're going to feel it, not necessarily the same, but in a certain way, right? So we have to understand the world from every viewpoint possible in order to be good artists. But I think that's how it works. And left and right politics in the extreme really, really value a strong community. And artists need a strong community. But I think on the right conservative end, the strength of a community is seen by its ability to be structured and sustained and understood in a regimented way, because there's a sort of control in that, and there's an understanding in that, and there's a comfort because when things are regimented this way in a community, then everybody knows what's going on, which is important, right? I think on the left end of the spectrum, the way that community is valued is in a more meandering way, I think. They want the community to grow with its diversity, not just diversity of race, but every kind of diversity, because I think that they perceive that as strengthening a community. And for that reason, they can't regiment the community because that's exclusive. Anyway, this is an extremely, watered down, tight little video blog style rundown of how I think about that. And obviously it's more complicated. So, naturally, my worldview is always changing, um, because I need it to, and I want it to, and I think that's healthy for me because the world's amazing and it's full of so much, and you can think you're right, and maybe you are, and I think I'm right all the time. I am, but there's so many other perspectives, and they're beautiful. Why not let them affect you just a little bit? Because I think that they can make your worldview stronger or more integrated, deeper, right? Ultimately, politics upset me. Art doesn't.